So hi guys, I think I'm live now. Okay, hopefully it started. So hi guys, in the seminar we are going to learn about Turbo Intruder. So Turbo Intruder is basically a Burp Suite extension. So let's wait for 1 minute. So if people are coming here, or we can get started. Okay. So I think there are no one here till now, and we have started our live. So let's get started. Okay, so this seminar is mostly about Burp Suite Turbo Intruder, and in this seminar we will learn about what is Turbo Intruder and how to get started with it, Burp Intruder versus Turbo Intruder, and do you need Turbo Intruder when you have Burp Intruder, and some question answers, and what will be the next thing we will be releasing. Okay, so first of all, if you have any questions, just drop in the chat section so we can discuss them later. Okay, so let's start from the content. So this is the article, is well written by the hacking articles, so great thanks to them, because uh, this article is insane. I was thinking of writing my own article, but then I looked after this and this is insanely good written, so I think we can use this one. Okay, so we are using this article. So the table of content is introduction to Turbo Intruder. What is Turbo Intruder? Burp Intruder versus Turbo Intruder. Turbo Intruder's installations, and then brute forcing the application password by Burp Intruder and Turbo Intruder. Then we will move on customizing the Python scripts, and we will fudge for multiple parameter. Okay, so let's move on to the introduction to Turbo Intruder. So what is Turbo Intruder? Turbo Intruder is the one of greatest Burp Suite extension scripted by James Kettle in order to send a large number of sorry, we are back. I think this was a mistake that I pressed my mute button on mic. Sorry. So let's start in the introduction to the Turbo Intruder. So what is the Turbo Intruder? Turbo Intruder is the one of greatest Bob Suite extensions scripted by James Kettle in order to send a large number of HTTP requests and analyzing the result. However, the functionality of this extension is as similar of Burp Intruder carries. Yes, it's a fuzzer, but it seems is use a HTTP stack. Thereby, some feature make it a bit different and faster. Okay, so these features are like high speed with least latency during fuzzing, low memory users with a million payloads, customizable Python scripts for different attack scenarios, reliable for multi-day attacks. So these are the functions of Turbo Intruder. So let's move on to the let me show you Burp Intruder. I think most of you already know about the Burp Intruder. So this is the Burp Intruder. It's inbuilt function of Burp Suite. So you can get this in Burp Suite Professional and also in the Burp Suite Community version. So the uses of this is mostly we use Burp Intruder, basically Burp Intruder for fuzzing. So like you can set something here, like okay, this is a example. Okay, I show you like this one. You can select anything where you want to add the payload, and then you can set your payload. Like any list, runtime file, custom annotators, and like I just add numbers here. Okay, I can add 1 to 100 here. Okay, add 1 to 1000 and then 1. Okay, this is the payload count, and if you start the attack you will find it. So okay, I think attack will not be started because that is not a request, I think. Okay, this is not a request, this is just a thing on here. Okay, so this is a example. Okay, so this is how the burp intruder works. Okay, so this is basically working like a fuzzer, like ffuf. If you have used ffuf, wfuzz, okay, these are some like the basically terminal fuzzers are mostly used for like dictionary fuzzing and payloads fuzzing, these type of fuzzing, but you don't use them mostly for fuzzing something in request. Okay, if you want to fuzz something in between a http request, like this is a http request and you want to fuzz something in between here, like this is username, suppose this is username and this is password, so you want to fuzz this. Okay, so you can use F ffuf, wfuzz and these type of things, but you will prefer burp intruder because its GUI is massively fast and it will be make more helpful for you. Okay, so that's why we use burp intruder. Okay, and turbo intruder is as similar as the burp intruder, so we will discuss that later. Okay, so let me show you something. So on the next part, burp intruder versus turbo intruder. No doubt the intruder tab is most powerful part of Burp Suite, whether it's about to fuzz an application over a single injection point or multiple. It does it seamlessly. However, the tool provides whether we wish to, whether it's about payload or error detections. It is good to go. But when it's come to the fuzzing speed or the memory uses, it drops it out. If the dictionary exceeds the payloads, the latency and the memory consumption will be at their peak. But why this all happens? In order to analyze this, just understand the mechanism of fuzzing. Like a fuzzer is basically like it create a TCP handshake with the server and then send a single request, and the request will be moved to the server and the server will give the response back and then tool get the response. So this is how a normal fuzzer works. But this thing like it's like a someone is moving from part A to B and then coming back to A and telling what happened to B. Okay, so let me show you if I can draw it. My drawing is bad, but still let's suppose something, someone is here. Okay, I can't draw anything here, I don't know why. Let's see what happened. New whiteboard. Okay, I can write it here, but let's move on to MS Paint, my favorite one. Okay, so suppose you are here and then something is here. So what will happen in these cases are like, so this is the our response, a person. Okay, so this person is A and this person is B. Okay, so in the main in okay, I write it here. Okay, I just write it. Okay, so I think I read it on wrong part. So let's move on this. So this is fuzzer and this is server. Okay, what will be the process? Like if a request is going from server, it will create a TCP handshake, this one. Okay, this will be a TCP handshake, and then what will happen is it will send a request to the server and server will act on that request and it will send the response to the fuzzer, and then fuzzer will work on that response and shows you the response. this is a working of a normal fuzzer. But in case of turbo intruder, let me show you first. So in case of turbo intruder is different, and its speed is, it's work on the old technology HTTP pipeline, which creates and stable the connection first and shares as many requests in one go without worrying about the received response in order to minimize the latency and server processing time. Okay, so this is something like, this is a fuzzer. Okay, we can use the previous. Okay, I select everything. I will. Okay, I need to. Okay, I just put it here and draw something new. Okay, so this is like when you create a, this is, okay, so I think I need to make this will, like this is our fuzzer and this is our server. So what will happen is, in the case of turbo intruder, it will send too many requests. It will just create a HTTP pipeline and send as many requests as it wants, and it doesn't matter that response is received or not. Okay, first it will send the request, and then it will start sending the request as many as he wants, and then the response will come. Okay, and it is still sending the request. Okay, so it's all mixed up, and this is the case in turbo intruder. That's why the speed of turbo intruder is faster than the manual fuzzers. Okay, that's how I can explain you this thing. And don't worry, my drawing is literally worst you can ever watch. Okay, so this is how the turbo intruder works, and because of this, the speed of turbo intruder is very fast, and it takes much lesser latency and server processing times. Okay, so let's move on to the, so this is how the turbo intruder works. So we have explained turbo intruders working and the concept behind it. Okay, so let's show you the turbo intruder. So this is the installation part of turbo intruder. If someone wants to read this article, he can read on the hacking articles. I will recommend you reading this article. Sometimes in live videos or making lectures we can miss something, but in articles people write them and edit them before publishing, so there are less chance of mistakes. Okay, so you should read that. Okay, so go on to extended tab and just on the B app store and search for the turbo intruder. You will find it here, and that's here. Okay, I have already installed. You can install it from here. I'm using professional version, but you can also use your community version, and you can, but there is a thing in community version you can't search here. Okay, so you can manually go and find turbo intruder. I think turbo intruder, okay, this is here, so you can install it here also. So it will be installed, and then, oh, let's move on to this one. So I have already installed this, and you will find in Burp extensions. If you haven't have installed it, you can start it. It will be already started, but sometime it isn't. You can start it from here. Okay, so you can't see the turbo into the head here. Like we have installed autorize, you can see it here. Auto repeater, you can see it here, but you can't see the turbo into the here. That's the hack. Okay, because of, because turbo intruder doesn't have any UI in tab section. So what you have to do is just intercept a request, or just, I show you something. Okay, I just go on the mintra.com, and let's see, we just capture some request in our HTTP history. Okay, so this is Mintra. So this is Mintra, and I show you. So these are the requests and going on. So I will turn on the intercept. So turn off the intercept and close the browser, so request stop coming. Okay, so just go anywhere. Okay, this is the request. Okay, so this is the request and you have to send this to Turbo Intruder. So what you can do is you can select where you want to put your payload. Okay, so basically if you want to put your payload here, just select something. Like I want to do something like subdomain enumerations, okay, or subdomain brute forcing. So what I can do is like in place of www we can put any subdomains. Okay, so if there is a subdomain, there can be a request. Okay, so I just choose some I can choose this one. So this is a simple request and I think it will be easier for us. And let's see some more request. That is 200. Okay, so this one is 200. Okay, and this one is perfect. Okay, because this is main website link. So if we change something here, like I can't change it here. Okay, I send this to repeat. I show you. I send this and the response is 200. Okay, if I change something here like API and send now, so API is there. There is a subdomain API, but there is nothing on that. This is 404. Okay, so this is how you can find subdomains, but we have to do the fuzzing for the subdomains. Okay, so what you sorry, so what you can do is just just select the part where you want to put your payloads. Okay, so I want to put my payloads here. I selected this part and I click on extensions, and I in the extension I send it to Turbo Intruder. Okay, so you will find this options here for the Turbo Intruder. Don't miss this part. Okay, so this is Turbo Intruder. So before going on attack part, let's move on to the article and let's see the was there the article about the application password. The same I was explaining with you, the subdomain part. They are using a B app, vulnerable web applications, and they are using that Turbo Intruder to do the username and password brute forcing there. Okay, so they are using payload sets with the Burp Intruder first and then Turbo Intruder, and then they are comparing both of them. Okay, so we but in our case we will use a live website like mintra.com and we will do subdomain scanning. Okay, first of all, like this is Windows, not Linux, so there can be a problem of path. Okay, many people have this problem. I also have this problem sometime because I figured it out. Okay, this is how, like these are the subdomain word list. So that was a part of 10 million subdomain list, but I made it shorter, and this is now I think they have something like 2 lakh, more than 2 lakh subdomains. Okay, it's like 2 lakh 44,972 lines, and that's the number of payloads also. Okay, so let's move on though. So just copy the name of file and move on to your, just move on to your Turbo Intruder and put your name here like C colon double slashes and then the name of the file. Okay, so the first you have to use the code that you want to use. In this case I am using default. Okay, you can use any uh, specific for your work. Like if you are doing basic work, you can use the basic one, and For the default, you can use the default one. Some miscellaneous, multi-host, and multiple parameters. Output to a file, partial readbacks, and pinwheel. RC benchmarks, RCE, rate limiting, recursive, request, and there are many other. Okay, so you can use as according to your work. So in this is the this is where you have to put your password word list file path. Okay, so you can check this from here for word in open. Okay, so this is word list path. Okay, so what you have to do is just put the path. My path is this one, so I put this like one, and okay, this one is completed. And you can see the thing where we have selected our position. Okay, like we have selected the API position, and you can see there is a percentage s. Okay, so suppose you have missed selecting this position, so what you can do is you can also edit something here. Like suppose we haven't selected this, so this request will be something like this. What you can do is delete that part, or and put percentage as there. Okay, so this is how it will work, and let's start the attack. So let's see. Okay, so this is how our turbo intruder working. So here we go. Our turbo intruder is perfectly fine working. Till now we have learned Bob turbo intruder explanations, what is turbo intruder, how it works, and installation part. Okay, so now okay, you can see we are getting request. These are making requests by, okay, so this is also a subdomain, this is also subdomains. We are getting subdomains. Okay, these are like null requests that are not verified properly. Okay, so these are also the subdomains. So just click on something like you can, okay, so you can see the subdomain list here. Okay, so this is a subdomain list. You can, we are brute forcing the subdomain on mintra.com. Okay, so there is a catch. Okay, you can see the RPS here. The RPS is 29. So this shows response or request per second, or this shows request per second. So what you can do is you can increase this thing by increasing the concurrent connections. So the connection thing is like the number of requests that is your fuzzer is making with your server in first way, and then request per connection, like this is like a single request can have multiple connections. Okay, so like single connection can have multiple requests. Okay, so we are changing, I will change this 20, and let's see now. And let's see, our RPS increased to 88, 94, 97. This is 99, and the same result have been, okay, the same results are fast. Okay, so you can see there are lot number of requests that are 00, because these things are based on the server. I think server can't manage these much requests in single time. And so what you can do is you have to check how much connections and per request per connections are working fine for your uh, servers. Okay, so also you can change your pipeline to true. On some website it makes the RPS high, but in some websites it will make the same thing low. Okay, so you can change something here. We can make it 50, and you will see, and making it false again. And let's see now. Okay, so we have same RPS, but number of failed requests are more. Okay, this time the number of failed requests are more, so you have to check this thing. Okay, so you will get this thing by experimenting with these things. Okay, don't worry about this, you have to figure this out. Okay, so let's compare both uh, burp intruder and turbo intruder. So send something to the turbo intruder. Burp Intruder and select the position where you want to put the payloads and add that position and select the list. Wait, I just select your word list. You can select that. I have selected this one because I already selected that the same word list in Turbo Intruder. You can see I have loaded that, but still it doesn't showing here because it take that time to load, because that's why Burp Intruder is slow. It takes much memory, it takes more consumption of RAM. Okay, so also this is a point because in Turbo Intruder you didn't face anything like this. If this is a 11 million or 50 million or any type of word list, it will not break your system and the Burp will never crash. Okay, in this thing. Okay, so you can do, you can see we have 2,44,972 request payloads here and the same as request. So and we have to change the request of number of threads. So there is a catch in request. This is Burp Suite Professional. You can see the number of threads is 5. Okay, but in normal community edition you will see the number of thread is 1, but you can use Turbo Intruder there, so you can like Turbo Intruder is faster than Burp Intruder. So basically if you put, I put 20 here, I will show you what I will do is I will put 20 here and same I will put in the connection. Okay, 10, I'm using 10 here. Okay, 20, I will use the 20 here. Okay, I will change this to 20. Okay, so let's start the attack. So first I will start the attack in Burp Intruder. We are giving, okay, so don't, okay, so you can see we are getting request and we have already sent 300, more than 300 requests, and let's start our Burp Intruder now. So you can see we have already have sent 1000 requests and let's start it now. Okay, so can we compare both of these? Do you think which one will, okay, I think this one will, okay, we are moving nearby the Burp Intruder, so I think we will cross this in just a second. Okay, we are already near this one and we are on 3, so you can see the results are here. Okay, so some, you can see the requests are 400 because I think the Akamai have blocked us. Don't worry about this, still we are just focusing on the comparison part. Okay, don't worry about that. So you can see we have very much closer to this one, and let's see if we can just, okay, and I think my eye is catching this one and we have crossed this one. I think we have crossed this one. So you can see we have 7000 and this one is, okay, 7003, and okay, so we have crossed Burp Intruder in the request part. So also in the response part our RPS is more than Burp Intruder. So we challenge the Burp Intruder with the same request payloads and all everything, and we have used the same payloads and everything in Turbo Intruder, and we have more. Okay, we are in frontliner with the Turbo Intruder. Okay, so I win with Turbo Intruder now this time. That's the thing. Okay, okay, so let's see the results here. So you can see we have been blocked by Turbo Intruder, Akamai. I think we have been blocked by Akamai thing, and the, okay, we are getting 00 requests. So don't worry, I just hold the request. You can see the results are here. Okay, so these are same. I think they are same. There can be a chances that there can be low results in here, like accounts secure. There isn't any secure because sometimes it miss something. Okay, so I think the system was crashed completely with uh okay, so I think we are moving and with the live seminar. Okay, so the system was crashed Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we have started again the live seminar. The system was crashed completely because the request number of requests was too high with Burp Intruder. We are using like 2,44,000, and I haven't allocated the more memory to the Burp Suite, so I think that's why the Burp Intruder have been crashed. And also the we have using Chrome and doing the live seminar and also recording this session, so these things have been used and crashed the system. So let's start again. So in this part I've already shown you the difference between the Burp Intruder versus the Turbo Intruder, and we have used the Turbo Intruder for brute forcing or subdomain. Okay, subdomain part. Okay, so let's start again that. Okay, so I just start my Burp Suite and I'll show you this part. If there is any issue, you can just belong it here. So let me start my Bob suit again. So there can be sometime glitches in live seminar, so that's why I try making the lectures, but these things take time, so that's why we are not making much of lectures on YouTube. But if you ask for some lectures on course section, because the student matters there, like some on YouTube, that's not the thing. People are going and watching these things, and I'm not a YouTube fanboy, so I just keep creating lectures, like suitable lectures for that thing. Okay, our Bob suit has been started, and let's start the Turbo Intruder. Okay, Turbo Intruder is already started, so let's capture something. Okay, it will be mintra.com. So forward this request. So this is the request. I'm, yeah, using the, I'm not going to use the Burp Intruder again because it will crash my system again and I have to restart the seminar. Okay, so don't worry. uh so in this case, I show you something. We have used Burp Intruder, we have used Turbo Intruder for doing these things, and now we will work on customizing the Python script. So we have done this part, proof forcing the application password by Burp Intruder and Turbo Intruder, because we haven't used the B app and application password. We have used a live website and done subdomain brute forcing, so that's a similar thing, I think. And now we will do the Python part. Okay, Python scripts or customizing the Python script. So as you can see, if you start the Burp Intruder, you have already configured same this thing. So this is the request. I show you something, like I just put something here. Okay, so this is the place I will put my payloads, and this is our list. Okay, so you can see this is a Python code. Okay, so you can see this is Python code default.py. Okay, so because of this because Turbo Intruder uses the Python here, so you can change this Python part. Okay, let me show you something in the basic. Let's see, this is basic, and I will put my, so I just select the name of file. Okay, close the Chromium browser. Sometimes Chromium browser uses too much of RAM, so they are RAM hungry. Okay, so this is path of our word list. So let me show you something. And if I start the attack, it will not show any 404. Okay, they are just showing 400. Okay, so if I want, I don't want to see the 400s. Okay, so let's see, show you something. I want to see 404, but I don't want to see 400. Okay, so now we haven't seen any 400 because Python script is blocking the 400 to shown in here. Okay, so because all of these is because anything we will do that in Python script will sound here. Okay, so if any changes like we just want to see 200s. Okay, so what you can do is you want to see the 200s but you don't want to see. Okay, if you want to see only 200, okay, so what you can do is you can actually do this by, I think this will work. Let's see. Okay, so we have first 200, and okay, so now you can see every 200 is working here. Okay, so that, so this means if we are doing brute force enumeration or subdomain brute forcing using Turbo Intruder and using this function, so you can check all the alive subdomains. Okay, you can capture all the alive captures. If you are doing like you want to do something like you want to scan all, just want 404 because sometimes 404 are on a subdomain takeovers. Okay, so this can help you in subdomain takeovers. So let's start this, and we got 404, first 404. Okay, so you can check this one and show response in browser and copy paste. So that's all about hacking, copy paste. Okay, so this is like, okay, this is not okay, this is mintra.com. Okay, so this is Mitra, send to intruder. Let's see. Okay, this is here, send to repeater. I can see here. Okay, I see this is 404. So let's see the response and request, response in browser. So I just click here. I think that was shown in browser, but it is automatically redirecting to mintra.com. Let's see, is there any redirection? No, isn't there, but still I don't, okay, we will focus on this later. So first we will focus on Turbo Intruder. Okay, so that's the thing, we are just getting 404. Okay, so that's how you can customize your Python script if you are using something like miscellaneous or race.py. So you can, this is only one place, race, so you can use multiple parameters and different type of things. Like I show you some examples. Okay, so I just search turbo with the on the site of HackerOne, so Turbo Intruder. So that's basically the dork. Okay, so with the, these are some best, I can't say like I have read some, so these are best I think. So let's see this. Okay, so in every report you will see they have changed something in their Turbo Intruder list. Okay, so in this one they have changed something. Okay, so as specific your server or your target or anything, like you want to attack on something with the rate limiting, but on bing.com there is no throttle needed. Okay, but on the same yahoo.com you need some throttle, so you have to change that Python script. The same thing work in Burp Intruder also. If you have used the Burp Intruder, you have to change the request engine. This is something like this. Okay, you can change the request engine and the payload part also. Okay, so this is how you can change the things. These are everything, like every function can be made in Python. You have just have to code it here. Okay, so I think this part is, if you know the Python then you know this part. Okay, so that's about customizing the Python script in Turbo Intruder. So next part is fuzzing for the multiple parameter. So you have, you know, there is a cluster bomb thing. Okay, I show you. So you know the attack type sniper. So you can see we have one payload set and one simple list. So I add something like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I just remove the 5 here. Okay, so this is a payload list. Okay, so if I start the attack, so you will see we got it here. Okay, so okay, so we are changing this in cookies. Okay, you can see we have changing this in cookies. Okay, so I think we have changing this in cookies all the time. Okay, so we are changing this in cookies. So you can see we have already 5 requests, like 5 payloads, 5. But when we have we can have multiple parameters. Okay, like this one I just add something more here. So there are 2 positions of payloads, and you can see still we have one payload set, but the requests are 10. So if I start this, so you can see after 5, like first they have used one at this position. Okay, Mozilla 1. Okay, you can see Mozilla 1 2 3 4. Okay, 5. Then they but they haven't used the payload here. Okay, so then they have used started using the payloads on this position, but they haven't used payload at this position. But suppose you want to use the same payload at same time at same place. Okay, so I just use cluster bomb, and if I can put same, I can put the same here. Okay, but I don't want to put the same. I will put something different here, because there can be multiple parameters. So because if something is like cookie parameter, cookie word list will be the different, and user isn't, word list will be the different. So I will put something like one, no, not one. I just put A B C. Okay, A B C and D or E. Okay, so these are also 5. You can see the payloads are 5 in both. So in this also 5, and payload set 2, this is also 5, but the requests are 25 because they are doing something like this. I show you. This is also a topic for different seminars, so don't be confused here. I'm just explaining this in short time. Okay, so this is like they are using payload here, and also they are using A here. So first what they will do is with on 1 to 5 they will use all the A, then 1 to 5 B, and 1 to 5 C, D, and E. This is how their payload will work. Okay, so if with every one they have used E, C, D, A. Okay, so they have used all the characters with every character. It's like 5 multiply 5. Okay, so that's how this works. You can do the same thing in Turbo Intruder also, but you have to use the multiple parameters. This file, okay, multiple parameter file. So what you can do is just select 2 part here. Okay, I just select so, and you can select the first part here. Okay, so the same thing like the burp inventory you can change. So this will be the first payload position, and this will be the second payload position. So this will be the first word list, and this will be the second word list. So there is a catch. I can't use the word list because they are like 2 lakh plus. So if I use that, there will be like 2 lakh multiply 2 lakh, so that will be huge number. Okay, so don't be get confused in that. So I can't use that. So in the same, you will experience the same results. Okay, so the cluster bomb is here. Okay, in the turbo intruder. So also there is not just cluster bomb, sniper, bit timing, pitchfork. So you can use all of these in turbo intruder also. You just have to change in your Python part and your request. You just have to play with this. This is not a fancy or any advanced thing. It's just a simple Python code, uh, less than 10 lines. Okay, just go through it and you will find too many examples on internet. Like if you are working on something like race conditions, you will find you are getting examples here. Okay, so don't be confused, just start something and you will get the results. Okay, so I think we have explained. The same article is showing here. I will also recommend you reading this whole article, it will help you a lot. Okay, so that's all for the turbo intruder now. If you have any questions for the turbo intruder, you can ask me in this video. We will also dropping the lectures about the turbo intruder, because turbo intruder is something underrated plugins, because people have rated it 5, because some people know how to use this, but some people don't know how to use this, because I already don't know how. Now I will experience the thing, like there is no such turbo into the extensive lectures series. Okay, so we have to make a lecture series on turbo intruder, but if you reply on the seminar, so we will try this part. Okay, so now uh, so do you have any questions? So if you have any questions, just send to us. You can use Telegram. I already shared my Telegram, I think. I will also put my Telegram in descriptions. So I will also put my, I will show you my Twitter. Okay, so this is my Twitter. You can also message me on Twitter also. So next thing, this is my Burp Suite course. So you can buy this course if you want, or if you are passionate about this and a student, or you just want it for free, you can message me there. I have consumed all the coupons for this month, I think. So in the next month I will try to give you some free coupons, yeah, if you are capable of, because that's not something like I give away everything. But if you are learning something, I will just check this thing. It's not that thing like I will not give you, but I will give you. Still you have to show your capabilities there. You are just interested. It's not just like you just want my coupon here, everything. So just message me on there if you are related to bug bounty. I will just check your profile and I will give you the coupon. Don't worry about that. Feel free to DM me anywhere for any questions. So let's see if there is any question. I don't think, even don't rely on these things. Okay, so make it visible. So there isn't any questions here. So if you have any questions, you can drop it out here. And that's about, that's all about this seminar. So there are some glitches. I have recorded this session and I will share the video later. Okay, that's all about this seminar. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.